Hello and welcome to Health Marketing 101. My name is Michael, owner of Local Health Marketing. We specialise in web and SEO for the allied health space. Today I wanted to talk about Google Ads and just do a 10-minute video that you guys can watch and get some big takeouts. So often I'm having calls with clinic owners that are running their own Google Ads and they're just not getting bang for buck and they don't know why or why not it's working. Today I want to show you what the classic mistakes I see pretty much in 70% of the campaigns I get to audit. So I've set up a mock campaign for osteopaths, but this obviously applies to any ad campaign that you're running. So first we want to do is head over to the campaigns on the left here, and if you hover over here you'll see the settings cog. I want you to click that. And I just want to talk through this section here. So the first thing we want to check out is that we've actually got proper goals set up. So we're tracking how many book appointments that are happening on the website. We can track this from Clinico. We don't know whether it's a new appointment or an existing appointment, but nonetheless, we're still getting your booking. If you've got any kind of form on your website, phone leads, or if you're working with the Google hosted form lead, we want to make sure that we're tracking this. And this is critical to Google Ads machine learning because I'll talk about it in a second with the bidding, but the more that Google know about the conversion points, the more they can profile that perfect customer that's likely to click your ad and make a booking. So if that's not set up, it's probably a bit of a complex integration between Google Tag Manager, Clinico, etc. I wouldn't expect you to know that. So feel free to get in touch and I can talk you through that or we can work something out. The next thing I want to show you is in the network section. So by default, when we're running a search campaign, we really just want our ads to show on, Google Ads. Obviously, if someone's typing osteopath near me, we want to show up. What the search network does is that means that ads can appear on other sites that Google people might be searching for terms that are relevant to your keywords. So we just want to untick this in the early days of running our campaign. The reason is that you're going to probably get a lot of junk clicks coming to your site and waste of budget. And especially when we're on budgets, typically I see clinics on about $500 a month. If we were had the budgets to spend $1,500, $3,000 a month, maybe consider ticking out, but highly recommend unticking this. And also the display network as well. By default, when you kind of set up these campaigns, sometimes Google sneak this in, but this is where you would have like your ad appear in a banner, like say on news.com. Again, make sure that both these are unticked and just click save. The next big thing I see is this location thing. So we can obviously choose what location our ads appear in. By default, it's going to pick Australia or it's going to be somewhere, random if you haven't set it up properly. But what we can do is we want to select our exact location. So we're going to select Malvern and we're going to target that. But what we can do here is actually click over to the Advanced tab. And I like to kind of come here, check this area, so show all areas, and then what we can do is just click and target the surrounding suburbs that we want to show. In Australia, our targeting isn't kind of as accurate as, say, somewhere like America. Probably got more kind of towers that are tracking where people are and stuff. But so I kind of think, getting a really good radius, something like that if we were in Malvern. The other thing to consider as well is if we're going to go really granular on our keywords and we're just really targeting osteopath Malvern, we may even want to do like target, radius, and then just do Malvern, target that. And then we might just, instead of 20 miles, we might just change that. It might be 12. Because the thing is, someone might be working in the CBD that lives in Malvern, and we kind of want to make sure that we're picking that up as well. But if we, had that just targeting Malvern and people searching surround, then we're not going to kind of get the opportunity to serve our ads to them. But that's kind of a bit of a more complex strategy. But just for now, we're just targeting by selecting those surrounding suburbs and just save and continue. The next thing we want to check out is our bidding strategy. So what I like to do, I like to start off every campaign either with, we want to get as many clicks as possible to the Google Ads, so to our website from Google Ads. If you've taken any courses before, or you may have spoken to a couple of agency owners, a lot of them tell you that in the first bit of the campaign, you're kind of paying for data. And I definitely don't disagree with that notion. So you kind of want to make sure that either we're sort of targeting the impression share. So what that means is we want to show all our ads, top of page results, 100% of those ads we want to target, and we want to pay $5, cost per click. Or we might want to just change this. A lot of the time I actually start with just what do you want to focus on? Clicks. And then I might just set a max cost per click based on my budget. If I've got $250 and $2.50, cost per click, you'll probably want to sort of figure out a cost there that's going to at least get you quite a bit of traffic to the site. So if we're looking at $2.50 cost per click, then I'd recommend, maybe a $500-$600 budget there to just get as much traffic as possible to your campaign, to your website, hit save. The thing is then once we kind of get a little bit of traction in our campaigns and we're starting to get momentum and people actually making bookings, and this is an opportunity where we can come here and use the Google algorithms in our favor. And if we've got our conversions set up, then we want to optimize. We can tell Google to focus on conversions, and we can say, okay, I want to set a target here of $50. And so then what happens is Google will profile the people that are making conversions on your website and say, right, I'm actually happy to spend $8 on this guy because he's likely to convert. And then based on, all their machine learning and algorithms and all those sort of buzzwords, they're able to figure out and hit that, aim for that target CPA. Typically, I see a cost of per acquisition. So like how much you're going to pay for a new patient through Google Ads is around the sort of 60-65 mark. So 50 is a great target. You might even want to start it at 65 or 70, depending on your appetite for spending money. But I think around that is definitely the way to go. I'm just going to cancel that because I just want to set this as maximize clicks. The next big thing I see, so once the settings are all in place, we kind of have our basic, I've only got one ad group in here, but I'm just going to jump into this osteopath campaign here. So this is the biggest mistake I see. We've got our 4 keywords in here, and you look at this match type and broad match. So what happens here is, basically, we're telling Google with broad match to just anything that's going to include osteopath, or might not even include the word osteopath, but related to osteopath. We want you to just bid on that keyword. The problem here is Google's going to go rogue and they're going to basically chew up as much money as they possibly can. So I definitely wouldn't use broad match. I would head over to phrase match and look at starting a campaign at the phrase match. And the other thing we might want to do as well is we can consider doing both phrase match and exact match. So phrase match, let me just kind of run this, would be anything that includes osteopath in that search phrase. So that could be, something like best osteopath. and then you're going to show for this term. The problem with this osteopath and osteo and stuff is you're also going to be bidding on your competitors. Some people like to do that. Personally, I don't, because I think, especially in the health space, like if I'm looking for, my local osteo, and he's got, Malvern Osteo, and I just know that's his name, and I could by accidentally click your ad, call up, and then just figure out that, hey, I've just got the wrong clinic, and I hear that happens quite a bit. So just be careful with phrase matching. If you are on a tight budget, I would just recommend using the exact match. So we just want to bid on the term osteopath. So you just go here, exact, anything that's like osteo or osteo near me and osteo Malvern. And that way we're just going to bid on that. It's probably going to not have as much search volume, but we're hoping that it would have a higher kind of conversion rate. So more people typing in osteo near me, exactly that, are likely to convert. So you can even set these up as, it's going to get a bit strategic here, but you might even set them up as different ad groups, because you could just have your exact match ad group, or your phrase match kind of ad group as well, and then you can just do a whole bunch of things around that. The other thing to look out for this search term report. So it's one thing having your keywords in here, but what we want to keep an eye on is the search term. So just because this is a dummy account, I don't really have any data in here, but what you're going to see here is a list of all the search terms. And then you can actually click on those search terms, and you can do negative keywords on some of those terms that you don't want to appear for. So like I said, if you are bidding on osteopath, and let's just say we're in Malvern and we've got osteopath in phrase match, and someone types in osteopath Brighton, which is, for those that don't know, probably 8K away from Malvern. We really don't want to be appearing for that search term. So what we can do, we'll see that in here, we would click that and add that to our negative keyword list. And that way we kind of build up a really big bank of keywords, negative keywords that we're not going to bid on. And then, after a few months of doing that, we can then say, okay, well, I've got, 100 negative keywords I don't want to bid on. I can leave all my kind of phrase match keywords here. And then if there are keywords that you see people typing in as well, you can also add them as exact match keywords as well. So in the example as best osteopath, we might add that in here because that's what people are searching. And then we can, after a few months, we're actually getting quite a few conversions. We'll head over to our settings, change the strategy to the conversion focus, and then that's where your campaigns take off. So I've kind of touched on a couple of subjects here. There are a lot of subjects that I've mentioned that you can really deep dive into, like negative keywords, conversions, bid strategies, phrase matching, and exact matching. I'm sure this has kind of triggered a couple of questions. So in the comments below, please leave your questions and I'll answer them. Or if you wanted to jump on a call with me, head over to our website. You can book in a call, and more than happy to just run through this in person with you.